Hi, welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Lauren Lambert, and I'm here with Palmer Davis and Caren Gersberg, founders of the Larchmont Arts Festival. The Larchmont Arts Festival is happening September 30th in Larchmont, and we're here to talk about it and to learn about the history and how it all got started. So, Caren, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you also, Palmer. We'd love to hear from you about the history. Could you tell us how it got started and how it's expanded?
Absolutely. So about a little over 20 years ago, Neely Asheri, who was then the chairperson of the Arts Committee for the Village of Larchmont, invited Palmer and I to meet with her at her house, where we sat around a table and sort of batted around some ideas of ways that we could bring arts to the community. And after some deliberation, conversation over, I think, some tea, we came up with the idea of creating an arts festival for the community, one that would invite and welcome artists of all different mediums to come and show their art in a park. Originally, we had it at Willow Park the first year before we moved it to Constitution Park. And in the years that Palmer and I were working on the Arts Festival, we were just so happy to cultivate this element for the community where people of all ages could come together without being juried, without having to pay, and we could just afford them an opportunity to show their work. And, it really became this day and this weekend that the community looked forward to. And as the years went on, we made sure that we had high school students from Amerenik High School showing their art. We brought in musicians, students to play music, created an area for children so that they could create their own art when they were there. So it really became something to bolster the arts for our community, and just became, more and more successful with each year. And collaborating with Palmer was such a gift.
It sounds amazing. And so people can buy art directly from the artists. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And one of our artists who will be showcasing at the festival is Palmer, who is a photographer and also a photography teacher. And Palmer, can you tell us more about what you'll be showing at the festival?
Yes. Okay. So I was asked, because Caren and I were the co-founders of this, I was asked to maybe donate something, which I was happy to do. So I'm going to donate a photograph of our beloved Manor Park, which everybody adores. And the proceeds it'll be a raffle, and the proceeds will go to the Arts Festival Committee. So because they have all kinds of expenses, making the posters, etc. So I thought that would be a nice way to do it. So that's going to be, and I think that photograph, if you go to the Instagram page for the Larchmont Arts Festival, you can see the photograph that's being raffled.
And so people have to show up in person to put their name in for the raffle at the festival?
Yes. Right.
Fantastic. And will they be able to meet you there?
Yes, I will be there. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's signed.
Excellent. So all the other artists who are there are local, and you get to meet the artists and you get to purchase the art, and you can bring your children, and your children can play games and have fun. Can you tell us more, Caren, about the students, and are the students actually displaying art?
Absolutely. The students are among the most gifted of the artists. I mean, there's a wide variety. There's also, people who make jewelry, certain crafts that are more artistic. So it really is a variety. But the high school students, and some of their work is also highlighted on the social media pages of the Larchmont Arts Festival, really is just a beautiful aspect. And it just highlights how, this is art that's created from young to old. I have purchased pieces from Sally Spielvogel, who creates pottery. She may be in her late 80s or even early 90s. I have beautiful artwork that I've purchased. I've photographs from Palmer, as well as drawings from students that hang in my home and are among my most favorite pieces.
You know, our tagline is where art comes to life. And it's really, that's what it's all about, is bringing art to everyone, making it accessible for both the community, but also for the artists themselves who often don't, you know, get opportunities to exhibit their work. So this makes it, and it was very important to us to make it unjuried, to make it open to everyone, all ages, all art forms, you know, painting, drawing, sculpture, textile work, ceramics. And then we did also open it up to jewelry and crafts and things like that. So I think that it's very empowering, I think. And if you remember, Larchmont is really known for the arts. And we go back to, I mean, I just discovered the other day that John Barrymore lived in Larchmont. And then there's the famous Jean Kerr who wrote Please Don't Eat the Daisies, and about her life at moving from the city to Larchmont with her husband Walter Kerr, the playwright. So there's a lot of history here that we're kind of reviving that.
I think it's also important to mention that some of the artists that originally have shown in the Larchmont Arts Festival have grown to become very prominent, and
Patty Horing, who one of her first exhibits was at our festival, and now has work in the National Portrait Gallery in DC, and she shows in galleries all over. But there's one example, and there are many more people who have gone on to
Sophie Treppendahl, Patty Horing, as you mentioned, and
Osterberg is exhibiting a lot of work now, and but you know, for some of these people, it was really their first opportunity, and it really got them on a path.
And it's a great way for everyone to meet neighbors and to decorate their houses and find awesome pieces of art that may or may not have a local flavor, but certainly have a local connection with the artist.
And also sometimes, you know, it can be more affordable. Like, it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg to have a beautiful, you know, we're not paying for the gallery part of it. You're just paying directly to the artist. So you're getting very good prices.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Can you, Caren, tell us where we can get more information if people want to make sure that they don't miss this awesome event?
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, it's taking place on Saturday, September 30th at 12 o'clock, I believe is the start time. And if you want to check out some of the art that's going to be at the festival, just go onto the social media pages for the Larchmont Arts Festival. So on Instagram and Facebook.
And don't forget to bring your family, because there's going to be activities and food and things for everyone, right?
It really is a beautiful day for the community. It really is.
Fantastic.
We're
well,
so
thank
happy
you
to have been part of this, and we're really happy that Carrie Federspiel has continued to, you know, hold the banner and keep it going, along with all the members of the Arts Committee. There's a lot of people behind this.
Absolutely. It really has been an enormous collaboration over the years. And, you know, there's probably not enough time for us to list all the people involved, but, you know, Palmer and I perhaps, you know, launched it off the ground, but we could not have done it without.
We kind of feel like it's our legacy to Larchmont, right? Like it's this beloved tradition. And we kind of started this whole thing 20 years ago. And here we are.
20 years. That's amazing. And it's still going strong and gotten bigger every year. So thank you for starting it. And thank you to the current people, Carrie Federspiel and others who are running it. We really appreciate it. And I'm so excited for this on September 30th.